everybody, welcome back. Steven here, Northwest Small Batch Brewing. It's time for a brew talk today. I'm currently editing a full brew day, so that will be coming out as soon as I can get it. In the meantime, I'm going to do a video here on something I didn't want to ever do a video on. But, you know, there are people out there that are concerned about things. For example, I don't really care too much about how clear a beer is if it's like a lager. It doesn't affect the taste. It's all mental, honestly. So I generally don't put like gelatin or stuff to clear my beer, to make it clear, because it's going to do that over time anyway. It just takes time. At any rate, so this is one of those things. There's this group of people that sometimes go into the chat, you know, in a video, you know, the comment section, and we call them the dirty glass mafia. So here's the deal. It's not that your glass is dirty, usually. I mean, it could be, I suppose. But generally speaking, what happens is there is residue from your cleaning products or whatnot. And when you pour your beer, any residue like that creates what we call nucleation points. That's where the CO2 is going to gather, and so what will happen is instead of having a beer where the carbonation is just flowing nicely and it looks good on camera, you get these spots or whatever on your glass where it clings, you know, and people call that, they'll call it out and just say, oh, your glass is dirty. It's not dirty. Like for example, now this is not a good example glass. This is very old. This glass is so old that all the glass on it even looks like it's got markings from being washed like 1,000,000 times over decades. Yeah. So this is a bad glass to use as an example. And this one goes through the dishwasher. So there you go. I don't wash this one by hand. All right, so let's back up a little bit here. So how do we avoid the dirty glass, quote unquote, if that's really something you're concerned about? Well, first thing is, as I was saying, the residuals, right? The residue of the soap is what can cause it. So the first thing is stop using soap to wash your glasses. Traditional soap has lye and fat or lipids in it to clean, say, glassware and your dishes and whatnot. And it works great, but it's not that it's bad for you or that it's dirty, but those lipids stick around, right? Just like any fat, you can't just get rid of it. So it's not really visible, but it's there on your glass or your dishes or whatever. So when you go to pour your beer, the carbonation is sticking to the lipids that are still sort of invisible but on your glass. So you want to avoid traditional soap, you know. Secondly, I would say you want to avoid soap that has any kind of scent in it, because you don't want to drink your beer and have the scent of lilac, you know, on top of your beer. In fact, I personally don't use scented soap for anything. Not my clothes, not my dishes, nothing. Because I mean, I just don't want, if I'm cleaning something, I don't want it scented like that. It's kind of bizarre to me. But some people, I guess, like that smell on their laundry and whatnot. So anyway, so that's your first rule. Stop using soap or regular soap. Now, I'm not saying you should just rinse your glass out and call it good, because that's kind of gross. You don't know who's been using it, and that doesn't really get it clean. So what you have to do is find a cleaner that you can use. Something that doesn't have lipids in it, right? I'll get to that. Another thing you want to avoid is washing your glasses with other dishes, okay? So and on top of that tip is don't use the same sponge. If you really want to avoid this or do your best to avoid it, you need to use a dedicated sponge for washing your beer glasses. The problem is if you wash your dishes and whatnot with a regular sponge, not only are you getting the soap, right, that you're using that's probably causing the problem, there's also, I know this sounds gross, but that sponge over time, it's trapping grease and food debris and stuff in it, and then you're just re-wiping that all over your glass. So use a dedicated sponge. That's what I do for just washing your glasses. And again, we're not going to use traditional soap, okay? And then finally, for the same reason as I just stated, you don't want to use a dishwasher. Dishwasher is using dishwasher detergent, which has lipids and fats in it and lye. It's similar to hand soap. It's less foaming, right? So, and you're also, right, swishing around all of the debris that comes off while it's cleaning, and that's getting on your glasses. So again, they're coming out clean. They're usually heated at the end. I'm not saying they aren't clean. I'm saying that if you're trying to avoid the quote-unquote dirty glass that causes the carbonation bubble issue that people freak out about for some weird reason, don't use a dishwasher. Always hand wash. So we're getting there, right? So number one, use a dedicated sponge just for your glasses. That's number one, okay? Number two is, what can you use? If you can't use traditional soap, what can you use? Well, the first thing that most of us have already is PBW. PBW is it's a brewery wash, basically, and you can absolutely use PBW. That should not be leaving any kind of residues as long as you rinse it really well and use a dedicated sponge. And of course, I'll show you what I use because I don't buy PBW. I use the OxiClean Clear and Free, or Free and Clear, however you want to say it. This is the one that has no scent, no dyes, nothing. It's basically the same as PBW, only you can buy this in the store. And I got lucky. I got like a buy one, get one half off the last time I bought it. So that was pretty nifty. So that'll work. The only problem with that, and I don't know if PBW works the same way because I don't use PBW, but you do have to use hot water with the Oxy. If you try to use cold water, it just won't activate. It'll just sink to the bottom of the glass. So if you're going to use Oxy, it doesn't take much for washing glasses either, just a little bit, but just make sure you're using hot water, nice hot water. Second option you could use, and I did write these down because I don't use them, but I'm going to try to throw up some pictures if I can find them because they do exist. I just have never gone out of my way to buy these products like online. One of them is called BLC, Beer Line Cleaner. Again, this is something you would push through your beer lines to clean them, but you could also use it to clean your glassware. There's also something, and I'll probably say this wrong, I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think it's Iodofer. It's basically an iodine-based cleaner. Again, I've never used it, but you can buy it. It's a thing, and like I said, I'll have a picture up if I can find one. There's also a product called Draft Tech. Again, this is kind of like a beer line cleaner that you could use. All of those work. But I will tell you what I use. I actually don't use, did I just tell you I lied? Did I just tell you I use OxiClean to clean my glasses? I don't. In part because you have to use really hot water for it to really activate. And it's oxygenated, so it's better. The Oxy is better for long term. Like if you're going to clean, I use it to clean my fermenter. You put your fermenter filled with hot water, put the Oxy in and let it sit overnight because the bubbles, it's like scrubbing bubbles, the oxygen. So it's a waste really if you're not going to let it sit and soak, right? So what I use, and listen, this may or may not meet the guidelines. I looked through the ingredient list. I didn't see anything about lipids in it, but there are a lot of plant-based cleansers in it, plant-based. So I don't know, that's what I've been using. I think it's probably good, but you'd have to test it yourself and see what you think. Let me stretch here. I use 7th generation. Now, this is obviously not a sponsorship or anything, and if you can find something else that's similar, that's less expensive or something, you know, go for it. I like this because, again, it says down here, free and clear. So there's no dyes, there's no perfumes or anything. This is just completely, it's just soap, and it's plant-based, and it says no fragrance, 95% plant-based. And anyway, that's what I use for most of my cleaning now, no matter what I'm doing for my dishes. But again, use a dedicated sponge with this if you're gonna wash your glasses. Anyway, there's your tips and information on how to avoid the dirty glass mafia. I'll be back in another week with another video, and until then, keep on brewing.